Hello, Lily. You're not. Of course. You know.
The candle smelled wonderfully of honey and flowers. At least that's what Lily assumed. The flowers in the convent always smelled like insecticide. Lily liked to smell them nonetheless.
That smells good. But even if the illusion is almost perfect, it's only artificial flavors and chemical esters. An almost perfect illusion, but not real. Like with everything here in the asylum, it's only a half-hearted attempt to trick us into thinking that we're free. And now that no one is stopping us from leaving the asylum, it provides us with a welcome excuse to refuse to leave. Right you are, stranger. I'm just running away from my responsibilities. The responsibility to myself, to accept the deal that the world out there has offered me. I thank you. I've made up my mind. I can't just sit around here doing nothing anymore. I should buzz across fields of flowers and collect honey. Toodaloo, asylum. Hey-ho, freedom.
Lily was glad that she had helped the bee-man. Soon he would be in a better place.
What do you have there? Let me... you obvious. Go ahead.
How about that? Yellow... Yellow broccoli. How about that? Red broccoli. Red broccoli. How about that? Yellow. Yellow blueberries. How about that? Blue broccoli. Blue banana, green, blue, yellow, blue. How about that? Green blueberries. How about that? Red blueberries. How about that? Yep. Yellow broccoli. How about How about red blue and green red How about blue How about the green How yellow blueberries. How about that? Red bananas.
Ah, the pizza! Well then. Superb, superb.
Great! I wish I were as good on the phone as you.
Struggle jug.
And Peter is satisfied too.
Satisfied? How can I be satisfied in such a world, in which the only moments worth living for are those when the pizza arrives with the right toppings?
That means yes.
We owe you one.
Peter almost starved to death.
It's not that bad. I've already lost all hope of dying honorably anyway.
Struggle jug. Well said. Now that the food is taken care of, let us begin the game.
Don't you want to play too, sweetie? You'll see. It'll be incredibly fun.
If you take pleasure in such excessive self-degradation.
That and a dice cup.
Struggle jug.
Uh-huh.
So be it. Then follow us into the world of Hoth Motigor. Your group has set up camp near the infamous Goblin Gorge.
Lily found herself in a clearing. The campfire was crackling, and the wind whipped through her clothes.
You can hear the war drums of the goblins in the distance. This is your last rest before the great battle.
Lily did in fact hear drums. An enormous army seemed to be waiting for them in the nearby mountains.
Wait, are you telling the story or am I?
What?
It's just that I see that you don't have the Dungeon Master screen in front of you. And I'm pretty sure that the Dungeon Master is recognized by his Dungeon Master screen.
That's ridiculous. I'm the narrator. I don't need a...
Well, then why don't you be the Dungeon Master then? I'm curious how you'll do without any battle value tables or source books.
What? But that's...
That's what I thought. And now, move over.
Ow! Hey! You can't just...
Where was I? Oh, yes. You're here on the orders of the king to drive the goblins from the gorge. There are rumors that the goblins have dammed up the Pink River. This has turned Hoth Motigor's most important memorial into a reservoir, the Valley of Unpleasant Memories. Also sitting at the fire is a mysterious local guide. You're tired from the journey, but sleep is far from your mind. Goblin scouts could be lurking anywhere. The black magician Petrula, the noble Sir Drogalot, and the amusing juggler Snippo
I want a different robe.
are gathering their strength for the battle. Only the Amazonian barbarian warrioress Lilligrim.
Huh? That's you!
Only the Amazonian barbarian warrior Lilligrim is restless. It's your move, Lilligrim. What will you do? Roll for charisma, Peter.
Do I have to? That was to be expected.
Snippo is just about the ugliest dope you've ever seen.
Hello, Lily Grimm. Would you like to be amused by my funny pranks? Then watch me. And, are you amused? I didn't think I'd ever say such a thing, but I'd wish we'd go into battle instead of just hanging around here. I'd much prefer a quick, bloody death to this endless humiliation. I'm not afraid of the goblins, if that's what you mean. I'm not worried about being cut into little pieces by mighty goblin swords. And I'm not bothered by the rumors that they wrap the intestines of their victims around thorny spears. For I am Snippo, the funny prankster of the group. Yes, it doesn't just look like it. I am actually juggling only one ball. And I know how ridiculous that must seem. My character sheet said that I, the comical Snippo, have the marvelous ability to juggle 55 balls at once. But as much as I would have liked to imagine what such a thing would look like, the mysterious traveler thought I should just juggle one ball instead, because it's much more contemplative. And as long as my shame or boredom doesn't cause me to spontaneously combust, then I'll stick to that. If you have a better suggestion. I understand. You want to see the trick with the 55 balls? I have to disappoint you. The traveler thinks it's too hectic. And apparently this game is about fulfilling the obscure wishes of randomly appearing cowl wearers. At least this game is sticking to the book. You think I should try it without any balls? Bravo. You found the only way to increase my boredom even more. On the other hand, if I juggle without a ball, I might be able to take a quick nap. No one seems to object to sleeping around here.
Roll for charisma, Peter.
Do I have to? That was...
Snip! Sir Druggelot looked splendid in his shiny armor.
Druggeljug.
Mithril armor? Really?
Druggeljug.
Okay then. In his mithril armor.
Hello, Lily Grimm. You're still up? You should get some rest. I'll keep guard and make sure the fire doesn't go out. Don't look so grim. Your thirst for action is honorable, but the mysterious traveler is right. Strength lies in tranquility.
Lilligrim felt like screaming at the brave Sir Druggelot. She hadn't traveled all the way to Goblin Gorge just to sleep, but something kept her from losing her temper. Fuming, she turned away from her companion. Her eyes fell on the quiet traveler who had listened to the entire conversation. Was that a smile she saw beneath the hood?
I know what you want to say. You're here to fight, not to sleep, right? Maybe tonight we should.
Remain calm and gather our strength. That's what you wanted to say, right?
The traveler is right. Acting in haste is never a good idea. Don't worry, I'm sure the goblins won't attack us tonight. They're guarding their reservoir dam in the gorge. But I do wonder what their plans are, damming up the Pink River and flooding the Valley of Unpleasant Memories. Why? It's all very mysterious. Are you worried about the fire? Usually, I'd agree with you. Those few logs are certainly not enough to keep the fire burning through the night. Plus, the best things always happen to you when you go into the forest looking for firewood. You find treasure maps, fall into enchanted wells, or meet merchants with magical amulets. Maybe I should.
Relax a little and call it a day. That's what you wanted to say, right?
The traveler is right. There doesn't always have to be an adventure, and the night is pretty warm. I'll wait up to put the last log on the fire. Then I'll turn in too. Are you as tired as I am?
Don't startle me like that. Can't you see I'm watching the kettle? goblins are keeping quiet. Maybe too quiet. What could the goblins be planning? Why did they submerge one of the kingdom's greatest memorials underwater? Something similar happened to me once. But that was an accident. But I don't really think that the Royal Loo can be considered a memorial. If you're wondering what I'm doing here, I'm brewing a diabolical magic potion, of course. Well, it's actually a calming tea. I really wanted to conjure some coffee demons, but they don't let you get any sleep. And we do need our strength for the battle. Now I have to watch the kettle before it starts to whistle. The traveler has such sensitive ears. Don't you want to sleep? I wonder why. Because I'm really exhausted. Oh, if you're staying up anyway, do you think you could watch the kettle? Oh, great. Then I can finally get some sleep. As you know, we need our strength for the battle.
My goodness, whom do we have here then? A little barbarian warrioress? I sense great anger in you. Could it be that the thirst for battle sits in this little chest? Then let me give you some advice. Swallow it. The most successful battle is the one that doesn't even have to be fought. So be a good little barbarian warrioress and take a nap.
Grimm could hardly believe her ears. Wasn't this a fantasy role-playing game? What fun was there in imagining aimlessly sitting around a campfire? Grimm didn't dream of listening to the soothing advice of the mysterious NPC. If anything, it just made her angrier. Too bad that she had to stop herself from losing control. She would have loved to have screamed this dope's head off. The hooded figure sat silently at the campfire. Strange. I can't remember him being in the adventure. Which source book does he come from? Petrula conked out at the fire.
Can she see the amulet that betrays my true origin?
I don't know. Are you wearing it under your robe?
Sure, but...
Then no.
Too bad.
You see a large cauldron. Roll for perception. You discover a safety valve. Good! The ball was stuck, but the pressure in the cauldron still wasn't enough for something to happen. The campfire crackled atmospherically. Where is... Too bad. I especially burned a CD of campfire sound effects. I must have left them in the fire. Just imagine the crackling.
Well, is that the legendary army of Hoth Mortigor? A little girl with braids? Fabulous. Oh, why so angry, little girl? You're not here to declare war, are you? It would almost make a pleasant distraction, putting your feet up and drinking tea all the time. In the long run, it's not good for my goblin army. But why should I sound the horn for battle? My scouts told me about your lazy companions. You can't possibly think you can defeat my army with those dopes? I hardly think so. As long as we are not being attacked, I'll stick to the advice of this friendly traveler. Wait and see, and drink tea.
Lily Grimm was boiling with rage. She was very close to throwing a tantrum, but something was holding her back. Okay. Will no one do anything? Sir Drogalot?
Druggle jug?
In character, please.
Drug? Not yet, Lily Grimm. The fire should last the whole night. Go easy with it, okay? The fire has to last the whole night.
You try to plug the valve with a log that's way too big. Roll for dexterity. No.
You can clean up here tomorrow. Go ahead and lie down. You've done enough for one day.
Go ahead and I'll make... Why are you so worked up, Lily Grimm? Did you find out something about our companion?
There's no reason to get worked up. As long as we keep calm and don't lose our nerve, we'll remain a step ahead of the goblins.
The traveler is right. Nothing is so urgent that it can't wait until tomorrow. Don't worry about the fire. I'll stay up until the last of the wood is burned. Don't worry. The goblin. I want. Save. I don't.
The campfire too, but I just... You see, roll. You...
You spoke to the Goblin King, and now you're furious because there's not going to be a battle. Aren't you happy that I found a peaceful alternative to fighting? Yeah, but what are you going to do about it? I've already got your friends wrapped around my little finger. And as long as everyone stays calm, that's how it's going to stay. Just face it, I've got it all under control. And as you know, throwing a temper tantrum is just bad behavior. So be a good little barbarian warrioress and take a nap.
Don't. As long as we're not being at the battle hall, just go.
Go ahead and I'll make sure.
Oh, we'll
Druggle?
in
Drug? Not yet. The fire. Go easy with it. The fire.
I wake up and jump with what?
No, Petrula.
But I'm mumbling magic spells to
Whatever.
open set.
Okay. Lily, roll for an attack with blunt weapons with a +5 bonus because Snipple can't defend himself.
What?
Hit! And now the damage. Wow. An armor class? Locational damage? Yes. Peter is crippled.
Huh?
Imagine you're suffering the eternal torments of hell.
I think I can manage that.
You can clean up here. Go, just face it.
The hooded figure sat silent. Strange. Which source?
Go ahead and I'll make sure. The goblins have dammed up the Pink River. I wonder. Don't worry about the fire. I'll stay up until the.
You try to rope. The campfire quit to the quit.
Go easy with it. The fire has to last the whole night.